Well, g'day team. Hopefully you can hear us. It's a little bit windy. We're out for a walk today with the puppers at a pretty special place, which we'll talk more about in a second. But what you're looking at here is a pretty special piece of infrastructure. And you can see a train over there. It's heading out to the island of Zilt along a causeway. But I'm going to let Kat do all the explaining. She's the local. She'll explain much better than I can what you're looking at here.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to home. So this is where I'm from. So just to give you a bit of an idea, so we're in the very top of Germany. So that way is Denmark, something like 10 minutes away. So some people might know. So this is the island of Sylt, just over there. So you can see the most eastern tip of Sylt and the village Morsum. It's not too clear this morning, but we do have different islands down there. So we have Fur in the foreground, you might be able to make it out. And then we have, see, that's the Dyke.
Oh yeah, right.
It's the sheep. Sorry guys. And then we have Ambrum and Naval Island just over there. Usually when it's a bit clearer we can see it. So yeah, welcome to home. It's very flat here, as you can see. We are under sea level. That's a dike, very, very important to us. It does protect us from floods. As I said, it's very vital to us up here in the north because we are under sea level, and especially during autumn, just as it is right now, we do expect floods and storms. And in case of a flood, we are protected. So further that way, you can't really see from here, we do have sheep. Very important to us because they do help us to maintain the dike. So they keep the grass down. We do have somebody else. We call him the Dijkgraaf. So you could translate it to Lord of the Dike. So he's not royalty. He's just looking after the dike and the infrastructure to make sure it's all intact and it's sound. If it's not sound, if there's a problem with it, we have to rectify it. So yeah, the pupper's getting a bit impatient. I'm so sorry. We have to keep on walking. So yeah, we have 4 puppers all on leashes because we have sheep, and we don't want them to chase the sheep because border collies. So we're just gonna go for a bit of a walk early in the morning. It's something like 8 o'clock, and I really wanted to bring Drew here because this is a very special place for me. So yeah, we're going to show you around a bit more, okay? See you in a bit.
Alright team, I see you can see there's a bit of a tangled mess going on here. The puppers are all over the place, but they're enjoying it. So yeah, just want to have a little bit of a chat about this dike. Now, obviously what Kat said, yeah, it's vitally important for their region. These dikes provide protection to low-lying country, and much to my surprise, I'm sure most viewers probably wouldn't be aware of it either, but much of northern Europe is extremely flat, probably just above sea level. And so when storms come in from the North Sea, they can be quite severe, and they'll do pretty much catastrophic damage to the countryside with storm surges and floods and that sort of thing. So yeah, these things are vitally important. I can imagine it'd be rather precarious. The storms on the North Sea are quite notorious. As you can see with the debris along here, this is about as far as what the sea level rises. But during stormy season, yeah, it gets much higher. Yeah, that's all I've got to say for now. Oh, you can see a train just over there. So there's a causeway that connects the island of Zilt to the mainland, and yeah, the only way across is by train. So you've got like vehicle trains and passenger trains that run quite regularly, and on the northern side of the island from Denmark you can take a ferry across, a vehicle ferry or passenger ferry. But yeah, really interesting place. Alrighty team, so here's the view from the top of the dike. You can see the sheep having a wild old time out there and we look here to the right. Now all this lowland here, which extends for a very long way, by the way, this particular piece of land is called Coog or Cook. Cook. In English you pronounce that as Coog, but Cook. What that means is that this is reclaimed land. Alright, so there's another dike off in the distance just over there. So over a period of time they constructed these dikes, and they'll move forward, construct another dike, move forward, construct another dike, and they'll reclaim all this land. And the land is actually quite fertile. There's a lot of, like in front of us here, there's all canola crops. Then you go, there's wheat crops and barley, I believe, I think I've seen. So yeah, very fertile soil, and all this is reclaimed. So if there's a particularly nasty storm surge coming in from the North Sea, like a super huge storm, all this land here will be inundated. I think we're going to be heading back soon and getting some brekkie.
Yeah, breakfast time.
All right.
Enjoying some more wind.
Yep.
Always windy up here, which is nice.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's it. I'm looking out that way and I'm thinking, Scotland's that way. Wouldn't mind some whiskey. So one of the most adorable things about this part of Germany, I'm pretty much sure it's the same all over, is these beautiful old buildings with thatched roofs. This one here is quite stunning. I couldn't have a guess at how old this thing is, but my goodness me, just look at that. Now for an Australian, this is just next level. I don't see a date on it. Usually these old buildings have a date when they were constructed, but I don't see it. But amazingly gorgeous place. So yeah, just wanted to show this to you. Okay guys, just an update on that church. Kat did a little bit of homework on it while I was out geeking out. So this church was built in, what was it?
1240.
1240, the year 1240. 1240. All right, okay. Wow, I'm just like majorly geeking out. All right, we'll move on. Hey, g'day team, welcome to Lubeck. We're about an hour to the east of Hamburg, catching up with friends today here in this beautiful city. Let's have a bit of a look around at the architecture here. It'll blow your mind like mine is. Amazing. I'll give you more detail about it when I know more detail about it, but that gate in front of us, it looks super old. Both of them are sort of like leaning away from each other or leaning in towards each other, both the towers on the left and right. So it doesn't look very structurally sound, but it's been standing there for a very, very long time. But yeah, this place is incredible. So yeah, we'll do some filming and we'll gather up as much information as we can about what you're looking at here. So we've just been to a museum, had a bit of a look around there. Very cool, very interactive. Still in Lubeck now. We're about to head off for lunch. I just wanted to show you a bit of the street scene around here. It's incredible. So those gates I showed you, that was built around 1478 or something like that. Yeah, very old. And they sort of worry me a little bit because they're leaning in on each other, the two towers. So, you know, they've lasted this long. I'm sure they'll last a lot longer to come. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying Lubeck. Really, really, really cool town. As you can see there by the date, 1477 when this gate was built. Now when I say gate, this was the gate coming into Old Town Lubeck. And so yeah, it's an actual gatehouse, and it's quite a remarkable building. So let's go for a walk. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to film as much in Lubeck as I would have liked. Just been a little bit busy with our friends and their darling kids, and just enjoying the sights and sounds and tastes and everything like that. You know what you do. So, but anyway, I just wanted to film this before we move on and leave Lubeck, and who knows whenever we'll be back. But I'd like to come back and see more of it. It's a very, very nice town. Lots of people are filming, so I'll move over here so I'm not filming them as well. Alright, so there you go, team. That's Lubeck, and we're going to head off shortly, say goodbye to our friends, and head back. It's about a 2-hour drive along an autobahn, travelling at about 200 kilometres an hour. Not complaining. G'day team, so here we are at Laboe. It's this town just outside of the city of Kiel. That's up here in northern Germany. So we've got a fjord just here, and this fjord leads out to the Baltic Sea, which is just over yonder. Behind me, just over there, that's the German Navy Memorial. I can't go into too much detail about it because I don't quite know. And what we have over here also is it's not a replica, it's actually the real thing. We have a U-boat. This is U-boat, or U-995, saw active service during World War II. You can actually go aboard her and have a look through. Okay, so we're just going to head down to the beach now, looking at the U-boat and the Navy Memorial. All very cool and everything, but we've got 3 dogs with us, and they're very keen to go to the beach, so that's where we're going to go. G'day team, welcome to Warnemünde. It's a seaside town on the coast of Rostock. So we're here at Rostock mainly to visit family and check out where Kat comes from. And also just see the last of the sights of Germany before I have to head back home. One thing that strikes me about the coastline around here is we're at the Baltic coast. And sorry, I'm just checking out these seagulls. Have a look at this. That's not a freaking seagull, that's a pterodactyl. That's like a seagull on steroids. That's the seagull, Arnold Schwarzenegger of seagulls. It says, your chips all your life. So, Yeah, they're terrifying.
They're vicious.
Yeah.
So you really have to be careful when you eat something around them. They just snatch it out of your hand.
Just like back home in Australia. But these guys, excuse me for swearing. These things are huge. Anyway, we're gonna have a bit of a look around. We'll do some filming around.
We already had some Fischbrötchen, so this time that was Fischbrötchen number 2 for Dougie.
Yep.
And this time we had a Fischbrötchen with halibut, first time halibut. What's your thoughts on halibut?
Yeah, halibut's nice. Yeah, it's not a fish we would get in Australia, but yeah, it's not a bad fish. Good tasting. All right, folks. We'll just do some filming, some clips around here, and also in Rostock itself tomorrow or Sunday, or probably both days. You'll be impressed. I was impressed. It's a medieval city. Still has its medieval wall, or parts of it, and there's buildings there going right back to the 1200s. So it's pretty fascinating. Anyway, let's have a look around. All right, team. Welcome to the Baltic coast and the Baltic Sea. We have a bit of a look around. So we're looking here at port and starboard lighthouses coming into the river mouth of the river Varnal. The river Varnal goes down that way. You can see like a big power plant down that way. There's also Rostock used to be a major shipbuilding facility for Germany, or probably even indeed a significant shipbuilding facility for Europe. Unfortunately, overseas competitors have forced pretty much partial closure, so there's not much of the shipbuilding going on. So the local community relies very heavily on tourism. So the Rostock area, and in particular I've forgotten the name of it, Warnemünde, is a significantly popular tourist destination during the summer months, obviously. Today, she's blustery and windy. Bit of a
so pretty.
Yeah, still pretty in its own way. Not exactly the kind of scene that you see in Australia, except for like probably down the bottom end of Tasmania or something like that. But being here at the Baltic Sea, it's quite cool. It's one of those sea lanes that you often learn about in history books and whatnot. So it's really, really cool to be here actually, figuratively and literally. Okay, but I like it. It's nice. I can see why it would be popular during the summer months. Kat was saying to me earlier that during the summer holidays it's like packed full of people. So we won't be here in summer, or at least during the school holidays at least, but we will come here during the summertime just to check it out and see if I'm brave enough to dip my toes in the water. I actually put my hands in the Baltic the other day when we went to that museum, the Navy Museum. Cold, yeah, very cold. No, I am not going into the water, but not on this occasion. So yeah, we're going to go somewhere where it's a bit warmer and have ourselves a nice cup of coffee. And we'll probably film a little bit more as we go along. Hooroo. Okay folks, so we're in a less touristed place away from the main tourist thoroughfare in Warnemünde. This is more of an area that the locals will probably hang out. A little bit of construction work going on here, but you can see the traditional designs of their buildings and that. And of course their church. One thing that strikes me about Europe is they have very, very old churches. Kat's just trying to find out how old this one is. It's quite cool to check them out. And obviously this is like a typical layout of a town square, and so your town square would have like an open space like this, so they'll have markets out here and that sort of jazz, which will be coming up pretty soon with the Christmas markets, which Germany is quite famous for. So I'm kind of bummed out a little bit that I'm going to miss out on them. 1871, this is probably the youngest church that we've seen so far here in Germany, which is 1871. By Australian standards is ancient, but by European standards it's a newborn baby. Yep. Yeah.
Alright, so there was a predecessor to this church.
Yeah.
And that was built, they're not quite sure, around the 1300.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So the old church would have been destroyed somehow, probably burnt down or something.
Yeah.
And they built this one in its place.
Yeah, she was beyond preparation or maintenance work. So yeah, they had to demolish the old one
All right.
and they built that one. So
All right.
that's why this one is
So
young.
so
Yeah.
quite young. Well, quite young by comparison to
Yeah.
European churches. The denomination here is Lutheran, which is the dominant religious faith in northern Germany, at least. So yeah, all right. So we're pretty much done here at Wienermünde. Warnemünde. You see, yeah, I get names pretty much bummed up in Australia. You should see me here in Germany. Holy cow!
He's trying, though. He's trying. He's trying his best. And I know some words are really difficult, but no, he's doing okay. He's doing all right.
Making an effort, you know, learning languages and new words, that sort of stuff that are very hard for you know, a traditional English-speaking gentleman.
What are your two favourite words, though?
My two favourite words here in Germany.
Yeah. Actually, it's three.
Three favourite words.
Yeah, it's in one. You use them together.
Käse und Kuchen.
Kaffee und Kuchen.
Or Kaffee und Kuchen. Yes, that's coffee and cake, which is a very traditional thing in Germany, which I'm very happy with. And I'll probably do another discussion about that later, about German customs and traditions that I've come across, some of the likes and dislikes and whatever. But
dislikes.
Yeah, well,
there's nothing to dislike about German traditions.
Well, German culture, there's a lot of things to like about it. I mean, like German beers. I haven't come across one single German beer I don't like. They're all fantastic. But they have a smoking culture here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very
the smoking culture is a little bit of a shock to where in Australia it's under such tight control in Australia, but here people just smoke anywhere they like, you know. I mean, outside the front of buildings, you know, you walk into a hotel or something, or a bakery or whatever, and they've got like a smoking area right at the front entrance. And you know, railway platforms, they're doing some sort of effort to control it, where they have like a squared off area where you can smoke only in that particular spot in the middle of the train platform.
But there are no walls around it or anything. It's just like
a
square.
People just walk around, and there's this big cloud of smoke, and it's like, this kind of things would never fly in Australia, but at least they're making efforts, and they'll get there in the end, I suppose. And we're going to make our way back into Rostock now. We're catching up with family.
And Kaffee and Kuchen.
And Kaffee and Kuchen, yeah. And probably an early night watching TV, or watch some movies or something. All right, folks, so that's it for today, and we will do some more later. Hooray! we just took a ride on this beautiful old steam train called Mollie. Mollie was built in 1886 and is the oldest continuing narrow gauge railway line in the world. It's a beautiful old steam engine. You can see it up there. And yeah, Kat got me on this as a bit of a surprise, and I'll tell you what, it is a surprise. I'm absolutely stoked because I love steam trains. So yeah, this whole track goes for about 15 kilometres, connecting spa towns and villages along the way. And so we're only gone about the halfway mark, and we're just going to go and explore our surroundings before we join Mollie again back to our start point. But yeah, fantastic.